Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond, and another inventory video. I have all my face palettes, blush palettes, highlighter palettes. So anything that I haven't included in the singles videos for those three categories. So I have set myself a task where I have this stand here, and it is quite a large stand, and unfortunately where I have it I cannot access these bits underneath, so they're kind of wasted, and also has a drawer in here which just does have some dividers that have sort of pulled down. I need to give it a clean and pop it back in its spot, which is just in here. So that's where I'm hoping to get all of my face palettes into. Not confident. I have 78 palettes altogether. So I am going to divide this video up into the three separate sections. So sort of mixed face palettes that may have like a mixture of blush, highlighter, or maybe bronzer and contour, that sort of thing. And then I will do my blush palettes, and then I will do my highlighter palettes. So I'm hoping to knock it over all in the one video, but because my single blush palette ran for over half an hour, I'm not going to swatch stuff. I'm hoping that that won't be too disappointing for you guys, but you know, it's just going to go way too long, and I really didn't want to do three separate videos. So I'm just going to pop this back, and then I'm going to get into it. So I'll see you in just a sec. Okay, so here we go. I do have my laptop open next to me just to try and make sure that I haven't missed anything. So I'm going to, like I said, start with the mixed palettes, and I'm going to run in alphabetical order. So I have got them already organized next to me, so hopefully that will make it a little bit quicker. So this won't be a declutter video like I haven't done with any of the other inventory videos either. I will declutter as I slowly work through my collection. So the first one I'm going to start with is the BH Cosmetics. It's the Wild and Radiant palette. So it's an illuminating and bronzing palette. So I've got the plastics. So yeah, so that's baked. It's actually quite pretty, and I do think that it could double up as an eyeshadow palette as well. So that's the only one that I have for BH Cosmetics. I've got a really good mix of sort of the more affordable brands through to some of the more high-end brands. So I don't particularly have a preference, because I find even some of the more affordable brands still perform really, really well. So this is one I've gotten from Beauty Creations, and that is a highlight and contour palette, although I think that one for me would be more of a bronzing shade. They actually probably even a little bit too deep for me, so I'll just have to wait and see when I get to using that. I'm hoping that next year I can start a Shop My Stash series just to try and help me move through my collection a little bit quicker. So the next two I've got Becca ones. I've got the is it the Chloe and Malika Becca BFFs palette. It's really, really pretty. I got the I believe there was two in this. I'm not 100% sure, but that's a bronze blush and glow palette. I might be mistaken. I thought there might have been a deeper option in that one, but anyway, I've got that one, and I also got the Becca B A Light palette. So it's another really, really nice face palette with some different options in there. Okay, now Benefit. I've got three Benefit palettes. First one is the Bronze Squad, so it's highlight, contour and bronze palette. And that is that one there. I think I wish they wouldn't put the brush in. I would have preferred an additional shade, but it is what it is. A lot of these palettes tend to have repeat shades between them. So that one is a nice one. It's got the cookie highlighter in it, which is like a lovely highlighter, and it worked out a lot better for me to actually, I think I got that one discounted, like on sale, so it worked out a lot cheaper to just get it like that than it was to buy the single highlighter by itself. This is the Cheek Leaders Pink Squad one, and pull that out. So that's that one there. Again, like, you've got the repeat shade, you've got the Hoola bronzer in there, and the stupid brush included. I mean, if anyone likes that brush, I shouldn't say it's stupid. I think it's stupid. I don't like it, but there might be people out there that do. Okay, and then yet again, the Hoola bronzer in this one. So this one is really, really pretty as well, and I'm not too sure, but between the three there is more than just the one repeat shade. So that one is the blush bar one. So these are going to be fun trying to fit them into that stand. I may have to put them in the drawer because they are quite thick, so we will see how we go with that one. I have the one Charlotte Tilbury, and I just dropped this, so when I was trying to move them all around, so okay, it survived. All right, so this is a Glowgasm Fates palette in Lightgasm. So this is definitely one that came with two different options. So that is the one that I got, and I think that is super pretty. But I do remember when I tried to use it, it was quite hard to pick it up on a brush. So it might be something that you need a special, sort of maybe a stiffer brush for. So if anyone has that or knows someone who has got it, that you can give me some feedback on what would be a good brush to use with those particular pans, then definitely let me know. All right, then we've got Colourpop. I have just the one. It's the Femme Rosa Her palette. So this has got your highlight and your blush and a bronzer in that one. So I've barely used that one. We have a Cover FX one. I think it's in medium. I look at it now and I wonder why I bought it. Anyway, that's just a consequence of what I used to be like. And not that I can say that, you know, I'm super better in that regard, but definitely not as bad as I used to be in regards to just buying stuff on a whim. I try to put a bit more thought into it since starting my no buy, but I'll try to use it, but if not, I'll try to pass it on if it's something that I'm not 100% in love with. Now the next one I've got is Hourglass, and this is in Unlocked. I absolutely love the Hourglass powdered products, especially their finishing powders. So this one has a mix of a few in there. So we've got two of the finishing powders, one bronzer, two blushes, and a strobe highlighter. So that is an absolutely lovely palette. Now this one I've got, I'm actually using at the moment. So you can see that I have really been working on this one. Sorry, I'm blinding you with that pan. So this was a bronzer. I'm using this as my current contour, although it may be still a little bit too warm for a contour, but that's what I've got on. And I ended up repressing. I made Franken products out of those because I didn't like the original shades. I was never dipping into them. So I basically combined the two highlighters that are in it and the two blushes, I believe. And then what I ended up doing was I also mixed all four together and pressed that into two of the pans. So I find that it didn't press real well. It is quite powdery and I am losing a little bit out of it, but it was only these ones. These two stayed intact from how they were originally. So I am working on that one, and you can see I have finished one and hit pan in two, so I will continue to work on this one until I use all of that up. So that one's not going in a stand, obviously, because that is something I'm currently working on panning. Now then we have Natasha Denona. I have one of her, so this is a Bronze and Glow palette, and I really need to be working on this one because it has cream products. Those top two are cream products, so I know cream products tend to go off a lot quicker. So far I have been lucky, but I've mentioned before, I just don't tend to reach for liquid or cream products that have to make a real conscious effort. So I probably shouldn't pack that one away in that stand either, but I'll see how I go. Definitely, like I said, if I start shopping my stash, then hopefully I can get some use out of that one. And then the last two mixed, oh sorry, no, I've got three left. So, oh no I don't. Oh, I've got more than that. Anyway, ignore me. This one is a blush and highlight palette, and these, when I ordered these, I didn't realize how big they were. So that is so that's Daria, that one. So again, all your cream products up the top. And then the other one that I have in that one is called Citrus. So this one says it's a blush and highlighting palette, and this one's a face highlighting and contour palette. And get a load of the colors in that one. So don't know that I will be ever using that as a highlight. It's way too yellow, but maybe as an inner corner highlight or a lid shade or something. I'm not too sure, but yeah, maybe if I had known how big these were when I ordered them, I may not have actually gone ahead and ordered them. So then we have a few more. Got Physicians, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like I've got 5 there. So I really liked this palette. It's a Physicians Formula Butter collection in light/medium. So we have a blush, a bronzer, and 2 highlighters. It also came with a perfume, which was absolutely lovely. I really do like this palette. I haven't used this shade too much, but I've used the other 3. You can see I've used the bronzer in there. It's made a bit of a mess on the palette, and the scent is very subtle. So I know that Andrea from Beauty with Andy had bought the bronzer in this recently, and I don't know if the formula has changed, because she said the packaging had changed and the scent was very overpowering for her. She didn't really like it, so I'm guessing that they have changed the formula of that one, because I've never had a problem, even with just my bronzers from Physicians Formula. I've never had a problem with them being overpowering, and maybe I have more tolerance, so I'm not too sure, like, to scents. So this is a new one that I received as a gift from a subscriber from Dawn, and it's the Shayna B palette with the flamingos on that one. So it's such a pretty palette, so, and I really do love it. So I've only used it the once, but I do plan on using it more. I'm just probably work around the flamingo prints. So this one I have is from Tarte Cosmetics, the Park Avenue Princess Chisel palette. I used this a fair bit when I first got it, but I have slowed down, so you can see there's a little bit of usage there. I've pretty much dipped into every pan on this one, so I find that some of the shades are quite warm, so I would probably only use the one for contouring, and the rest would be sort of more for blush or bronzer, and these 2 are for more highlighting under the eyes or under like your cheekbone to sort of make that stand out a bit more. So it has a nice scent to that as well, and it is a really nice palette, so I quite like the packaging on that one. And then last two, I absolutely love this one. It is, where have we gone? For some reason I must have bumped my spreadsheet. So this is from Tarte Cosmetics. No, sorry, Too Faced. Get it right, Lisa? It's the Sugar Peach palette, and this can be used on the eyes as well as the face. It's so pretty. I should swatch at least this one. So this is the Sugared Peach, which is a really nice. I'd use it more as a blush. And this is the Peach Pop, which is the pink one here. It's got a bit of it's got a gold shift in that one. And yeah, they're the only two I'll swatch from that, but it's such a lovely palette. I'm really happy I picked that one up. And the last one I've got, which I absolutely was a must-have when it came out. You've already seen me use the eyeshadow palette, but it's the Violet Voss Flamingo face palette. So it's got a mixture of blushes and highlighters and a bronzer. So yeah, so quite you can see the colors. I'm just going to swatch the blushes. So even though it looks really bright in the palette, you can see that it's not super bright. That's the pink one, and this is the more orange one. So they're not too bad. So they will definitely buff out to be quite subtle if you wanted them to be. So I'm going to move these aside, and then I'm going to jump over to my blush and highlighter palette. So I will be back. Okay guys, so I am going to try and get through this as quick as possible because it took me 15 minutes already just to get through those first mixed face palettes. So the next step, or the next category I should say, is just the blush palettes. So I'm going to try and get through these as quick as possible. So they're just straight out blush palettes. So I have, and that's if I haven't got it wrong. So this one is another more affordable one by Beauty Creations. It's a Floral Bloom blush palette. Reminds me for some reason of the Sigma palette, blush palette. So we'll get to that and maybe I'll hold them up and compare the two. So that's a nice and bright palette. And then the next one is BH Cosmetics. This is a new one to my collection, which you guys have not seen yet, and it's the Chocolate Orange Truffle palette, and I absolutely love it. It's got sort of more the orange, pink to orange tones in there. I think that I will get a lot of use out of that one. Some really nice shades. My hair is splitting with my hat. Okay, so next one is the Hourglass blush palette in Ghost. I quite like this palette. It's got a nice selection of shades in that one. I know everyone griped about the packaging on this because it shows the fingerprints, but in all honesty, I really couldn't care less about the packaging. So it's fine. Pretty much everything gets dirty no matter what. It's not like it's out on display for anyone, it's just me using it. So okay, then we have the Jouer Bouquet d'Amour palette, and in all honesty, I got it for this shade here. The rest are really nice as well, but I wanted a really nice bright orange blush, and that definitely provides that. So the next one is also another new one that you guys haven't seen yet. It's the Juvia's Place Saharan blush in volume 2. I've been eyeing this off for ages, and I finally decided to get it. So that is it there. I'm sure you've all seen it. It also has a beautiful orange in there. I just think it's got such a great range of shades, and I don't have any other blushes from Juvia's, but if it's anything like their shadows, I am sure that I'm going to really enjoy the formula of that one. Okay, so the next one I can't say the same about. This is the Milani Floral Fantasy Trio, and it's a bit like the singles, where the formula is very hard, and yeah, I find it difficult to actually get any sort of pigment out of these, so it could be on the chopping block. We'll have to wait and see. Now the Sigma one, this is the one that, like I said, it came to mind with the Beauty Creations one. Again, really nice range of shades in there. Perhaps I was a little bit concerned when I ordered it that that one might be a bit too dark, but I'm not too sure how pigmented it's going to be. So let's just grab the other one. So they may not look at all alike, but it just, yeah, no. When you look at the shades, oh, maybe the top, it's definitely, no, there is a big difference in the shades. So you can see there, maybe the top part, but definitely not the bottom. So so it's nice that they aren't, because I didn't really need two palettes that were the same. And then the last one is by Tarte Cosmetics. It's the blush book, and I've got volume 4, and I think this is also such a great idea. You get so many different shades in there. I wouldn't, like, it's the only one I've got, I wouldn't get any more, but I'm really happy with the one that I did pick up. So the next ones are blush and highlighter palettes, and then I've got some blush duos to follow. So this one is BH Cosmetics. It's the blushing in barley, so you can see the blushes across the top and the highlighters down the bottom. This one's going to be way too dark for me to use as a highlighter, so maybe a glowy bronzer, I'm not too sure, or maybe even a lid shade I could use that for. So I think that's the problem with some of these palettes, is that you're just not going to use every shade in them. They do work out quite cost effective if you like the majority of the shades, but I think there's always going to be the risk that there's going to be some shades in them that you're just not going to use. So another Natasha Denona palette. So this is your blushes and highlighters. So the other one was more of a, had the bronzing shades, which is why I put it in with my face palette category, whereas this is just highlights and blushes. So I have actually used these, even though it can be hard to tell, but I can see a few sweat spots on these. Wow, that is this one here. I just barely touched my finger, and look at that. So definitely something that would need to be really worked in if I was going to use that on my face. All right, so moving on, we have the Natasha Denona one. Then we've got, I've got 3 from Zoeva Cosmetics. So these are all, again, blushes and highlight palettes. So another one with beautiful shades, the nice warms. You've got your orange shade in the middle there, and a sort of a darker orange, sort of like a reddish orange, I guess you could say. A bit awkward with that divider sleeve in there, but I'm trying to rip through these because I know it's just going to be quite a long video. So this one is Opulence, and I say, guys, like, you know, if you can't watch it all in one go, just come back later when you can watch the rest of it. I don't expect everyone to sit here for half an hour watching me hold up all of these products. So the last one is, it's the Premier palette. So I can see now as I'm going through these that I have quite a number of orange blushes now, so I definitely don't need to buy any more of those. And then this last one is just a duo, a blush and highlighter duo from Colourpop, and it's called Double Play, I believe. There was no name on it, but I think I went back through my emails and I'm pretty sure that was the name of it. So you get your blush and your highlighter there, and quite a nice formula, but these got discontinued quite a while ago. So moving on, actually I won't move on just yet. This is one that I need to show you guys before I get into the others, so I don't forget. So this you saw in my recent haul video. This is the one that Andrea sent through to me, Pretty as Peacock, as a gift, and I have not put this in my spreadsheet yet. So I just wanted to make sure I showed that to you guys before I forget about it, because I'm not going to come across it as I go down the list. So all right, so now we have a couple of, I've got 5 blush duos. 2 are from Cover FX. Now I know everybody sort of raved on about these, and I only picked up the 2. I have got Soft Peach, is that the right one? Yeah, so that's Soft Peach. So you got your normal blush and then your glowy blush on the other side. And this one is called Warm Honey. Again, absolutely beautiful shades. There are a couple more that I like, but I just honestly I really just don't need them, so I'm gonna stick with those 2, I think. All right, and then we've got the 3 left are all from Jouer, and I know that I'm pretty sure Hannah Louise posted, and she really loved these, and when she got it, she ended up decluttering it, and I think it was because hers was too pink for her. But this one is the Adore blush duo, so that is quite lovely. Oh, and then my spreadsheet has decided to, I don't know what I bumped, but I did anyway. And then this one is the Rose Gold blush duo. So there's that one there. It's also very pretty. And this last one is called Cheeky Summer. And I remember Siobhan once actually was talking to me, I'm pretty sure, about this, and I was like, oh, that's really, really pretty, and not realizing I had it, I almost bought it, and lucky I double checked because I already had it in my collection. So I'm just gonna have to quickly get my spreadsheet sorted out again. Okay, so the rest I've got here now are all highlighter palettes, so try and get through these as quick as possible. So where are we? Start at the top. Okay, so I've got 6 ABH ones, which I have not dipped into a hell of a lot, but they're nice to have the options. So that is the Moonchild one. I'm pretty sure everybody has probably already seen these 1,000 times over the years. And then we've got the Aurora one. These are probably palettes I probably should not have bought, but I did. So just for the unusual colors. But now that I'm starting to dip into color a bit more this year, I think that maybe I will get some use out of them. This is the Dream palette, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Such shimmery highlighters, and definitely the reason I'm moving these over onto my desk is so that I will reach for them rather than going straight into the drawers for my singles. Then I have the Sun Dipped Glow Kit. I know that this was a big favorite of my daughter's when she first got hers. I have never ever touched that one. Then what's this one? This is the Sugar Glow Kit. Again, everyone's probably seen all of these, and this was the original glow kit, I believe. A whole heap of bronze shades, sort of goldish, plus the one really white one. Again, I don't think I've ever actually used that. So hopefully I can remedy this now that I'm doing these inventory videos and sort of reacquainting myself with my collection. So Beauty Bakery, we've got next just the one. It's the Milk and Honey palette. I remember just wanting this so bad, and it's super pretty. It's just this one shade up there that I probably won't get a lot of use out of that one. Then sorry, I'm so lost on my spreadsheet. Where are we? I need to highlight where I'm up to. So I've got 3 from Beauty Creations. Again, stuff I probably should never have bought. We got the baked highlighters in there. They are quite shiny. Ooh. How about I get down there? But unfortunately, yeah, they've got a fair bit of colour. I think like they're going to be too dark. Well, the majority of them are going to be too dark for my skin, but we'll see. Again, something that I could probably use for inner corner highlight or a lid shade. So this is one that I'm not too sure whether I'm going to get much use out of or not. It's called Angel Glow, that one. And that was the cover of the other one, the Baked Pops. Cute packaging. This one I do really like by Beauty Creations. It's the Cali Glow one, and I have used this one. So that's it there. So very pretty. That's the outside of the packaging there. Okay, and then we have, moving on to Becca. So this is where I mentioned recently about the it was the ABH in Peach Fizz. I got the loose highlighter. This is where, which shade was it? I can't see. Like this is it here that was meant to be a dupe for that one. What's it called? Coral Crystal. So again, it reminds me a bit of the ABH with the colours in that. Haven't gotten much use out of that one, but I'm sure that's no surprise to anyone. Where are we up to? So now I've got, the tower is a little bit unstable over there. This was another one that when I saw it, I just absolutely had to have it, and then I have barely touched it. It's the Duo Light Highlight 9 color palette. So you've got the 3 pans on top and then the split ones down the bottom. So I just don't know. Hey, I mean, have a look at those. I mean, the color's probably changing, but have a look at them. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous, but not for highlight on my face. I just don't think I could get away with purple highlighter for some reason. All right, now these two, I don't know, they remind me a bit of the ABH glow kits. That one, and then this one, well, I can't remember what they were. They actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure they were dupes. If you have a look at this one, that was the dupe for the ABH one as well. So these are like quite, well, which one did I show? That one in the middle. They're quite iridescent. You can see how bright that one is. So it'd be interesting to see how well they perform on the face. So, all right, Bobbi Brown highlighting powder duo. That is just gorgeous. Look at the packaging as well. Sorry, you can see I have got my ring light on. So that is an absolutely beautiful but expensive palette. So you'd think that I would try to get a bit more use out of that. I need to get a wipe. Where did I put them? That one's all dried up. Almost there. be perfect. This one with Mama Mitchell. The highlighters in this are just absolutely blinding. I don't want to swatch because I know I need to just keep going, but that is definitely something that's very impressive. The highlighters in that one. So I have the Bala of Gold from Charlotte Tilbury. When I got this, I was not overly familiar with Charlotte Tilbury, and oh my goodness, for the price, I was so shocked when I got it, just how small that one was. Now we've got a couple here from Colourpop. We've got the Super Shock ones. This is called Crush on You. Dream Sequence, absolutely beautiful. And then this one was called the Gimme More, and I believe this was another one. It was a dupe for one of the ABH collab palettes, but off the top of my head I cannot think of what the name was. If I can find it, I'll pop it up on the screen. Or was it this one? Actually, no, I think it was this one. It was the Innuendo. That was the ABH dupe, I think. If I don't pop it up on the screen and anyone remembers what palette that was a dupe for, make sure you leave a comment and let me know. So, all right, so we've got Cover FX. It's called the Gold Bar Highlighting Palette. It looks pretty, but I can't say that I'm super in love with the formula. I remember finding that one to be really, really powdery. Okay, so what? Almost there. So we have 3 here from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. What a mess. Wow, okay. So this one is the Platinum Ice palette, and perhaps a bit too icy for me. So I think if I was to use those, they would probably be more for an inner corner highlight now. I do really like this one. It's the Brain Freeze palette, particularly this Gold Breaker shade up here. I do really like that one. And the last one is the 24 Carat. The Sarcophagus shade in this one I really, really like on me as well. So some of them are quite dark, but I don't know that it's been quite a while, so I'm not even sure whether I've tried any of the other shades in those ones. So 2 from Kat Von D. Everyone would be most likely familiar with this one. So it's got the holographic shades in there. So love the packaging of this one, despite it being from Kat Von D. And then the Metal Crush. This is absolutely beautiful too, the shades in that one. So all right, so we're getting down to the last few here, guys. So thank you very much for bearing with me. I cannot believe how long this video is going to be. So Lime Crime, we've got the highlight palette in Blossoms. It's the only Lime Crime highlighter palette that I own. So I'm definitely looking at some of these and just thinking, I don't know why I bought them, because they're definitely not suitable for my skin tone. But you live and learn. So I've got 2 from Morphe. So this is the one that Bretman Rock. So they did with Bretman Rock. So it's a really nice highlighter palette. I haven't gotten much use out of it, but I do like it. And then we have this other one, I have this other one. It's a Stella 85 Stella Impact highlighter palette. Some nice shades in there, and perhaps maybe something like this you wouldn't see on me on my face, but definitely inner corner highlight. That I think that would look really, really pretty. I've got one from Ofra Cosmetics. It's the Midi Spiced Velvet palette, and absolutely beautiful. The shades, I do have some repeats on this, but this one has Blissful, which I'm pretty sure I've got in a single, and Barley, I'm pretty sure I've got in a single as well. I'm not 100% sure. I could check, but anyway. And then Star Island. So I do I prefer those over the singles, just because I find the singles are way too big. And then we have Chroma Glow from Sigma. Now, I can't remember, it was another YouTuber that got me onto this one, because it's got some really unusual shades in it as well, so but barely had any use, so I really could get away with never buying another highlighter in my life. So all right, so this is the last pile here. What did I drop? Okay, all right, so the last ones, we've got Tarte Cosmetics. Not super fussed on this one. It's pretty enough, but certainly I just don't think that it's really that special, so we'll see what happens. I used this one from Urban Decay recently, and I found that it just really, for a highlighter, it was very, very subtle. I can't remember, I think I used the shade, I think I used Bliss, but again, another one that might be on the chopping block. Where are we up to now? So okay, definitely this one won't be going anywhere. It's the Game of Thrones Mother of Dragons palette. So collector's item regardless of whether it gets used or not, but I do prefer to actually use things. And then what have I got? 3 left, so I'm down to 2 from Violet Voss. So this is, pans in this are just ridiculously huge. It's a rose gold highlighting palette. The collector in me, I should say for Nona, would say the completionist, because at that point I think I owned every Violet Voss palette that had ever been released. There are definitely ones now that I have not picked up that have released think probably this year, and maybe some from last year, because they tend to release smaller versions of some of the bigger palettes, I think. Yeah, I didn't get some of those. And then I've got the Pro Highlighting one from Violet Voss as well. So that's that one. And 2 left, guys. So we have Wet n Wild, the Mega Glow highlighting palette. It is super duper pretty. Again, another affordable palette that, just trying to get this awkward plastic cover off it. So that one, you can just see the shine on those. They're super beautiful. So yeah, definitely do not have to pay big money for some well-performing products. And then we get to the lucky last, which is my Zoeva Spice of Life palette, and believe it or not, I'm pretty sure they're both meant to be highlighters, but I would be using that one as more of a glowy blush. So that is it, guys. That is all 78 plus, no, so that makes it 80, because there were 2 that weren't in my spreadsheet. Oh, that's, hang on, I haven't shown you one of those yet. So this one, somehow, probably because it was in my cabinet with all my other Pat McGrath products at the time when I was doing the inventory, I missed doing this one, but I did put it over with the rest of my palettes when they were over there before I moved them onto my desk. But that is the highlighting palette from Pat McGrath as well. So yeah, that is definitely it. So 80 face, blush and highlighter, bronzing, contouring palettes. So let me know what you think. tell me I'm mad. Nobody needs this many products in their collection. I don't think I'm ever going to get through them all. I definitely need to try everything at least once and work out whether or not the palette is worth me keeping, or whether it would be better off being passed on to somebody else that will be able to give it more love than I can. So I am so grateful if you've managed to make it to the end of this video. I am hoping that I will get some more inventory videos done for you guys soon, but I do have a few other collabs and stuff coming up, plus my panning project, or Project Pan. I always say it the wrong way, but yeah, so I'm finding that maybe posting twice a week, I'm not able to keep up. It's really funny how sometimes you've just got hardly any video ideas, and then other times you just can't film quick enough and often enough. So but I'm gonna get going now, and I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye.